There's a lot of discussion about household debt has increased, and what is the government doing about it? Your policies are not working. I want to highlight, sir, this is a very appropriate forum. I want the honourable members to know that one of the long-term impacts of COVID has affected the nature of work itself. People have either chosen to work from home or they don't want to work full-time. So I want to understand, I want to lay before this House, one, the factors of production are being reset. The industry is also looking at using robotics, industry is also looking at Web3 driven production, and therefore there is definitely a lot of churn. There was this feeling that compensation for employees is not going up. I'd like to highlight the national account statistics. Compensation of employees at current prices achieved a compound average growth rate of 11.1% during 14-15 to 22-23. So the first 10 years of Prime Minister Modi's rule, you had the wages going up 11.1%, and that is the data given. Now this is up to 22-23, which is inclusive of the COVID years as well. So post-COVID as well, increase has happened. However, I would also like to say that India's household debt is relatively low compared to the other emerging market economies as well as some developed countries. Sir, except for Brazil, where it is 35%, ours being higher than them at 39%. So household debt, loans and debt securities as a percentage of GDP for India is 39, whereas for Brazil it is 35. But all other countries which are comparable with us, say Malaysia 69%, Greece 42%, Canada 102%, Hong Kong 93%, Australia 110%, Israel 42%, France 63%. So household debt, if people are talking about it as though India's is high because the way in which we handled COVID, I'm sorry, they are wrong. Our household debt to GDP is far lower compared to our peer group and compared to some of the advanced economies. So the stock of financial liabilities of the household as a percentage of GDP has increased from 38% in March 2023 to 40.2% in March 2024, which is Reserve Bank of India numbers. Stock of financial assets of households as a percentage of GDP increased from 103.5% in March 23 to 108.3% in March 2024, given by the Reserve Bank of India. So I want to put before this Honorable House, India and its asset and liability figures are very much better than very many of our comparable emerging market economies and even some of the developed economies. Outside again, sir, discussion on inequality prevailing in India. I just want to highlight the fact consumption inequality in rural and urban areas has declined significantly, as reflected by the significant improvement in the Gini coefficient, which is a key measure of income inequality, sir. I'm stating the number for 2011-12, 22-23, and 23-24 in that order. For rural areas, sir, in 2011-12, it was 0.283, whereas today it is 0.237 only, which means the situation is improving, it's bettering, rather than widening. The inequality is not widening. In urban areas, sir, it was 0.363 in 2011-12. In 22-23, it improved to 0.314, whereas now in 23-24, for which the data is last available, it is 0.284. Drastic change, improvement in the inequality index. So the inequality is not widening, it is only narrowing. So I want that to be laid in the House, sir. Approximately 25 crore people escaped multi-dimensional poverty in the last 9 years. This is due to the significant initiatives that the government has taken up, and this data has come from NITI Aayog. Sir, More important, one of the data which is important for talking about inequality in that debate, a paper which has been put out and which has been remarkably, I was surprised, written in the Economist magazine, says that inequality declined over the last decade. First time since 1990s in India, inequality has declined in the last decade. This has come out through that article in Economist, which draws on the paper written after extensive research by Dr. Surjit Balla and Karan Basim. It also says, the Economist also says, poverty has declined across all possible poverty lines. The Economist doesn't write about our government in favorable terms, but you have them saying this means it is in your face. You cannot deny it. Third, sir, extreme poverty has been eliminated. That's what it says. In India, under Prime Minister Modi, extreme poverty has been eliminated.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.